Oh, what a beautiful day here in downtown Nashville. I'm Chris Yao. Welcome to the Morning Walk on the Street. Hope you guys had a fantastic start to your week on Monday. Yesterday, I know it was just a fantastic day because it was hot and it was just brutal outside. So I know that you guys just had a great day. It was Monday. I mean, what more could you ask for? Certainly couldn't have asked for a Tennessee Titans to be at all competitive in their Monday Night Football game last night. I mean, it was too perfect of a day to ask for more. So clearly that was going to be part of it.
Right. No, that's definitely asking for way too much, especially when, primetime. Gotta, save your wishes. Don't do them all for the primetime game. We don't need it.
It was insane. But welcome into this Tuesday, September 20th. It's Chris's birthday eve. So that's
Yours?
Always good. Yeah.
It's your birthday tomorrow?
Tomorrow is my birthday.
Oh my gosh, dude, what? I had no idea.
We've had this conversation like 3 times on the air.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now I feel attacked.
That's brutal. That is brutal.
No, I was looking at my Twitter. That's awesome that your birthday is tomorrow. How's it gonna, dude? Finally, you're gonna be 23.
My mom will tell you that I'm 29. This is a great story. We went to Logan's Roadhouse for my 29th birthday, and my mom tells the server it's my last birthday, and she was like, "Oh no, what's wrong with him?" And she said, "Nothing. He just can't have any more after he's 29. I'm not going to have a 30-year-old kid." So,
you're like, "Oh, Mom, maybe this is something we could have talked about beforehand."
So it was pretty funny though. It's always good to joke with the servers at the restaurants. So
right. Your mom's like, "No, I'm so serious. Tell him to leave." What do you mean, no, Mom? She's crazy. She's joking.
It's yeah. My mom's the worst. She does watch this show though, so I'll take that.
Good. That's great.
Oh, that's the voice of Justin Kulik. He's back after a short hiatus, and we are so glad to have him. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, man. A little extra long weekend. Where'd you? So I called you yesterday on accident, but you were walking into a restaurant. What restaurant were you walking into?
So we were going to a place called Neighbors.
Oh, in Germantown or
probably. So I'm horrible at directions, and I don't know which interstates, like when they number them and stuff. I don't get that, and that sounds. I just heard myself say it out loud.
My First Horizon.
Yeah. Yes, it is exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's Germantown.
Germantown. That's what I was about to say.
Spot. Great spot over Top Golf and
exactly.
Neighbors is a phenomenal place if you're in Nashville. Definitely go check that out right before there's only 3 home games left for the Nashville Sounds, but you should definitely go check that out because did you realize, and I don't know that we've probably not talked about this, but the Nashville Sounds are like 4.5 games up in the International League West standings. Really? And if they win the division, they get to go to Vegas and play for the AAA title.
Wow. Oh, sneakily.
Like they're good. Like they're really good. So anyway, I'm here in Bora Bora, as you can tell from my background.
Thank you, fool. Oh, no.
I had to take a vacation after last night's Titans game. It was brutal.
Chris, I've never had such a roller coaster of emotions. Like, I mean, it was all down. It was all down.
I kind of before the game, I'm like, God, they're doing is hyping up Buffalo. I'm so tired of people hyping up Buffalo. We beat them 2 times in a row. Blah blah blah.
Right. Oh yeah, and that's usually how my dad is. All like he's usually like on that side of it. Like we always win the ones we're not supposed to win, and we always lose the ones that we're supposed to win. We, as if I play for the organization, I don't. Not yet. We're all undrafted free agents, right. But yeah, so he was like all about the Bills losing. He's like, we're going to beat them. Why are you worried about it? And I have been known to be pessimistic sometimes about when we play good teams. I never think, I guess, we're going to win.
I never think we're going to win ever.
No, literally.
I am Randy Quaid in Major League. They'll blow it in the ninth. That is
absolutely. I had to talk with myself about it, and I like myself more. Okay, how do I put this? All right, we go do some grammar lessons here. All right, so
this should be fun.
This is everybody buckle in here. So I like the person I am when they win more than I hate the person I am when they lose.
Gotcha.
Does
Okay,
that make
that
sense?
makes sense to me. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody else
Okay.
thinks this, but
I tried to just say it real fast, but yeah. So it's like, because
it's
they are
not
two
so
different people.
bad when they lose. Is basically what you're saying.
Well, no, I'm saying like, yeah,
Because
like I get
you
more hype
already,
than I get sad
yeah, because
when
you
they win.
already think they're going to lose.
Exactly. Well, yeah, but I mean,
So you've tempered expectations.
when it feels like everything's just crumbling, bro. When they put in Malik Willis, I love Malik Willis. I know he's a future with a 7 instead of a T, but when he was in, it's just like 41-7. They were out there having a flag football game. I tweeted that it looked like we were playing the Globetrotter, or we were playing a Globetrotters game, but we were not the Globetrotters. We were the
No,
away team.
we were definitely the Washington Generals.
You know, like they were all laughing at each other. Like Savon Diggs went out for a streak, and Josh Allen overthrew him and was like, "I'm sorry, man. I'll get you on the next one."
And there would have been a next one. Yeah, exactly. So it's never good. It was a rough
Sorry.
night, but I see you repping the gear today. You're just like, look, we gotta put this one behind us. We're 0-2, but hey,
Right.
so are the Colts and so are the Texans. And if the Jaguars
Ooh.
are winning the division right now at 1-1, I feel pretty good. So
Solid winning it, like big time winning it. I also saw on Twitter, just all the hate towards the Colts from the Titans fans, and I was like, we haven't played our game yet.
it doesn't matter.
That's true. I hate the Colts regardless, but
Yeah, we're going to talk trash no matter what. Hey, we've got Terry McCormick coming up later, so we'll talk about last night's game and what he saw.
right.
And we've also got a couple of special guests from Alzheimer's Tennessee joining us in this show as well, which means we will not have a lot to get to in top story wise. But first, before we do anything else, we need to tell you about today's weather, and it is brought to you by our friends at Roy Meat Service. Roy Meat Service is located at 605 South 19th Street in Nashville. You can give them a call at 615-227-2583. They've been proud to serve delicious local meat to the Nashville community since 2008. They've warmly welcomed favorite neighbors into their butcher shop and restaurant and specialize in many cuts of steak, distributing everything from filet and ribeye to sirloin and T-bone. Roy Meat Service is confident they can find the perfect piece of meat for each and every customer, whether you let them cook it for you and eat it there or take it with you on the go. Roy Meat Service is your Nashville meat destination. Today's weather is not great if you don't like it hot. It is going to be a blistering 96 degrees. You got to throw that graphic up, Justin, because I don't remember what the.
Sorry,
what the
everything just fell.
I
What'd
think
you say?
it's 96. 96.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, 96 degrees high, 69 degrees low, sunny all day long, 1% chance of rain, 63% humidity, and a UV index of 7 out of 10.
Noise. 7 out of 10. Okay. All right.
It means wear your sunscreen, but like you don't have to,
Right. Like we need more of it, or we need to take it away. One of the two.
Yeah, exactly. So that's your daily weather presented by Roy Meat Service. Justin, I'm going to let you tell us about what's going on in the world of traffic.
Traffic. Looking for my chapstick. Feeling kind of car sick. And Chris, there's a Ford Maverick. Hi, how's it going, everybody? And here's for your traffic report today. I'm going to say it like an old timer kind of radio guy. It's brought to you by 50 Forward. 50 Forward. Let me get this read in front of me real quick. I'm sorry. 50 Forward, a Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults, is a proud partner with the All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting our website at 50forward. joinallofus.org/50forward. That is joinallofus.org/50forward. And let's take a look at today's traffic around Nashville area. This is Fessler's Lane. If anybody knows about that split, which I'm pretty sure everybody that drives into Nashville knows about this one. Now there's an X spaceship landing on. Let me get him out of there. This is going great. This is great, isn't it? You roll with the punches. Everybody's here. It's fantastic.
We're having we're having a good time, as Dusty Slay would say.
Right. Exactly. And it's even better because
I see a lot of green though.
Right. Exactly. See, this is a good spider web. Right. And the people get to be with us as we go through these pain points. So let's do Fessler's Lane again. Here we go. Yeah. All right, cool. So you see, the trick is here is to go in the left lane if you have to get off and just keep going down the left lane because nobody gets in that lane. They always try to merge too early. But yeah, that's Fessler's, and we'll come back with more traffic later. We'll have this better. Trial run, guys. Trial run.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, did want to get to a couple of quick stories here. I wanted to mention one particular, Justin.
Okay.
And I'll because it kind of goes into what we're going to be talking about here in just a minute. But the state of Tennessee collected $4.9 million in sports gambling taxes in August, up more than $1 million from July. And that's according to numbers released by the state's Sports Wagering Advisory Committee. The funds came from nearly $206 million of wagering with sports gambling sites from the state's 12 online sports books, making $24.4 million in adjusted gross income during the month. Those numbers typically rise during football season. In 2021, the state had $144.5 million in wagers in both July and August, before $257.3 in September. But the taxes collected were just $2 million in August 2021 and $3.3 million last September. And Tennessee collects 20% of the industry's net operator revenue and taxes. Of the sports gambling taxes, 80% of those taxes are collected go to education, 15% go to the state for distribution to local governments, and 5% goes toward mental health programs. Sports wagering has grown in the state since it began in November 2020 with 131 million wagers and 2.3 million in taxes collected. So, an absolute beast.
It's ridiculous, man. I'm surprised it's not a B instead of an M there.
Well, in taxes, yeah, it's crazy, man.
Oh, taxes, yeah, right.
I don't. What did it say? Over 24 million in just 1 month.
Oh man, and this last weekend was crazy. Joe Flacco.
I definitely lost every dollar that I bet last night. All of them.
Oh yeah.
If
myself never. Go ahead.
If Tannehill would have run it, had it been
this one's gonna hurt
quarterback keep on that first touchdown, which I thought they were going to fake it to Henry and then let Tannehill keep it, and I was going to be like, yes,
make a roll with him.
Did not happen. So.
Oh man, I've been looking for that boot out forever too, man. Since 2 years ago. Oh no, they did it last year a couple times, but the 1 yard line fake Tanny roll or fake boot out.
Love those.
Man,
Love those. Me too. But oh well, it is what it is. We've got Terry McCormick coming up right after this. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Terry McCormick talking Titans on Tighten Up Tuesday here on Mornings on Main Street Media TV.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
This is Eric Berner with Rock Castle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
Welcome back in to Mornings on Main Street. I'm Chris Yao, Justin Kulik. On the controls, Terry McCormick waiting in the Kings. But first, one more traffic update from Justin Kulik.
Yes, here we are. Back again, my friends. Better than the last time. Like we never left. And we're looking at, right now, Elm Hill Pikeway. Pike, probably, right? PK? Not Pikeville. I probably should not be doing traffic. I'm just joking, guys. I'm an expert. As you can see, traffic's flowing very nicely in the Tennessee area. Despite the Titans' loss, everybody is still going to work. I guess we just get through it, right? But that traffic brought to you by 50 Forward, Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults. They're a proud sponsor or partner with All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future. Goodness gracious, everyone. Sorry. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting our website at joinallofus.org/50forward. And with that, here's Chris Yao, and I will stop speaking.
We welcome now Terry McCormick of TitanInsider.com. Terry, last night was not a great night for Titan fans, or certainly not the Tennessee Titans.
It was brutal.
It wasn't not. I mean, what is the mood right now of this team? I mean, I know you're getting ready to hear Mike Vrabel's press conference today. Well, what do you think the mood is going to be in that press conference today?
I think it's probably a situation where, they should be embarrassed by how they performed last night. I mean, I don't know how many people actually expected them to go to Buffalo and pull off a win, but I think when you just look at how poorly they performed, I think most people would have expected a much better showing than they gave. I think when you look at this Titans team, you can see that there are lots of things that need to be cleaned up right now. There are, there are problems with the offensive line. That in turn makes problems running the football. That in turn makes problems throwing the football. Defensively, they weren't able to get any pressure. Now, let's be honest. Buffalo Bills are a really good football team. They're probably the favorites right now in the AFC to maybe go to the Super Bowl. But, if the Titans fancy themselves as a playoff contender, they've got some things they've got to get fixed and get fixed in a hurry. And now it's going to be that much more difficult because they're going to be dealing with some injuries based off what happened in the game last night.
Now, I want to talk about the injuries for just a moment here because this is something the Titans have been dealing with for a long time. You know, a couple years ago and last year even, it was kind of a feather in the Titans' cap. You know, we've done this while also using 91 football players, but at some point, you know, this organization has to come up with a reason why this is happening. Why are the Titans always so injured? Is this a cultural or issue within the organization and strength and conditioning?
Fair question. I don't know. I think last year people chalked it up to being a fluke just because, and I know if I ask Mike Vrabel this question, he's going to say, football is an injury sport. Injury rate is 100% in the NFL. But when you lose key players, and we don't know yet the seriousness of Taylor Lewan's injury or Bud Dupree's injury or Trenton Cannon's injury, but none of those three guys were able to return last night. So it's a situation where, it's a fair question. I think that people are starting to point out, why are so many things happening? Is it something to do? Is it something they're doing, something they're not doing, or is it simply bad luck?
I mean, I would love to know. Now, last night you pointed this out. The Titans started two rookies, essentially three rookies in the defensive backfield. I mean, Caleb Farley's not played much at all, and it was painfully obvious. But you're talking about guys who, obviously with Elijah Molden being out last night, having to really dig into the deep coffers to find somebody. Well, Jackrabbit Jenkins says he's healthy and he's ready. What is there any chance that this team looks for a veteran defensive back right now, someone like Jackrabbit?
I wouldn't rule it out completely, but I think it probably depends a lot on how healthy Christian Fulton is. If he can get back from his hamstring injury and be able to go Sunday against the Raiders, then, maybe the cause for alarm maybe is not as great back there in the secondary, because even though Fulton had the misstep and gave up the touchdown to the Giants, he's still their best cornerback and their most experienced guy. He had a solid year last year. I would expect, for the most part, for that to continue once he gets healthy. I think the Titans are in a situation where they've just got a lot of things that are going wrong right now, and it's going to take some serious regrouping here now on a short week to try and get this done, because seldom have they ever lost three in a row in the Mike Vrabel era. But if you count the playoff game last year against the Bengals, they've now lost three straight.
That is unfortunate for sure. One other thing I wanted to ask you about real quick, special teams. I mean, Kyle Phillips and
Amani Hooker.
Yep. Both muff punts. Kyle Phillips has muffed two in a row, technically. Is it better? Is it a better idea just to let the punts just bounce and take it wherever it ends up? At least the ball.
It's certainly better than losing it on a muff. But I think it's a situation too where you got rookie back there in Kyle Phillips. Certainly, there's probably some nerves and jitters. He's a guy that was really good at returning punts at UCLA, and we saw that in the first one he returned against the Giants. He did a really good job, getting about 25 yards or so on that return. But now he's, bobbled two in a row. Maybe it's like an outfielder that misses a fly ball. You got to catch the next one, but sometimes it gets in your head a little bit. So, as far as that, I'm sure it's a situation where they will evaluate that. But quite honestly, Chris, there's not a lot of options beyond Kyle Phillips to return punts.
At least not ones with any experience. I mean, I don't know what happened on that punt. As you see, Kyle fell. I don't know if he just lost his footing or if someone stepped on him or what happened, but he actually fell down. So it wasn't like he just let it slip through his hands like Hooker did. So I don't know. There's a lot of issues right now in this Titans organization, and it just feels like everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now. And that I even tweeted, I said, are we sure that a guy named Murphy isn't out here coaching this team? Because it felt like Murphy's Law was in full effect last night against the Titans. So
You looked rough in the second half. You're exactly right. I mean, 4 turnovers in the second half. Now, let's be honest here. Most of those turnovers came after Buffalo already kind of had the game in hand at 17-7. But certainly when you turn the football over 4 times in one half like the Titans did, it just turns something bad into something worse. And it went from 17-7, which doesn't look that bad, to 41-7, which is a train wreck.
yeah, no question there. Well, I'm going to leave. Yeah, this is a great tweet there. I'm going to leave Todd Downing alone for today. I'm sure he's had plenty of time to beat himself up. But I can tell you this. If Mike Vrabel doesn't want to become Jack Del Rio Part 2 out in Las Vegas or Oakland, might want to think about trying to figure out something else for play calling, because right now Todd Downing is not working. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out the rest of the year, Terry.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens. I mean, making some type of change like that in the middle of the year is, would be very unusual. It would be highly, reactive. I think Vrabel still has faith in Todd Downing. I think a lot of the problem is this right here. The offensive line played poorly last night. Now, they lost Taylor Lewan on the first offensive snap, and certainly that's a jolt. But for the final 3 quarters of that game, the offensive line, I thought, played very poorly. There weren't a lot of holes for Derrick Henry to run through. Now, where Todd Downing comes into question in my mind is, why do you continue to call the toss sweep when the Bills are beating him to the corner every time?
Every time.
And it's resulting in a 2, 3, 4 yard loss on almost every time they attempted it until it was garbage time late and he gained about 8 yards. To me, they've got to get more creative with the play calls. And, I just question running that toss sweep like that when your backup left tackle is in the game and running it to the left side every time.
Well, you and I both tweeted that last night. I mean, continuing to run it to the side of Dylan Radins and Jeff Swaim over there, just it wasn't working. And even the only play that really did work is when they double teamed the nose guard with Ben Jones in the left guard, and that was about the only time that there was any kind of hole at all for Derrick Henry to run through. But continuing to run it to the left side as if Taylor Lewan was still out there, just it begs the question why, and hopefully there will be some answers in the near future. But the Titans now have to come back. Like you said, it's a short week for Tennessee, and it doesn't – at least it gets easier. I mean, you're talking about the Raiders this week. That's a great team, but they're not the Buffalo Bills. And then the currently 0-2 Colts. You go up there, which is never fun. But then you get Washington, Colts again, Texans, before you have to play the Chiefs, Broncos, and Packers. So good luck. The schedule is not favorable to the last year's number 1 seed.
You're exactly right. And, to be honest with you, they need to win at least one of these next 2, or it could be a long season. The only saving grace is that they are in a terrible division, or at least what it looks like a terrible division right now. So maybe that is a silver lining in all of this, because I don't see anybody exactly running away with the AFC South this year.
No, absolutely not. Terry, thank you. We'll let you get out of here. Appreciate you. Have a good one, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Terry McCormick, TitanInsider.com. Check out his story on TitanInsider.com, Main Street Media. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are scheduled to have they're outside, a couple of guests in studio here on Mornings on Main Street. So stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Hey everyone, I'm John English. This is Keith Wallace, and we would like to welcome you to John English Antique Sports and Cards in Shelbyville, Tennessee.
We specialize in graded and ungraded sports and non-sports card, vintage wax boxes, and unopened cases. We have a large selection of PSA graded cards. We also specialize in old sports collectibles, baseball, football, basketball, golf, and tennis. You can find it all at John English Antique Sports and Cards.
We are happy to be associated with Nashville's greatest sports antique, George Plaster.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm a
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor-trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor-trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor-trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
At WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics, we pride ourselves in providing access, innovation, and a patient experience second to none. Access to care and treatment when you need it. Innovation with medical-led cosmetics and various on-site technologies for full-service treatments with a customer experience that is calming, casual, and effective. Independently owned, providing medical, surgical, pediatric, and cosmetic dermatology and more. Visit wellskinmd.com to schedule your appointment today. WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics. Access to healthier skin.
I was looking for a major where I didn't have to do math or science. And when I took, so my sophomore year, I just took a ton of different classes trying to figure out something I liked, and one of them was Journalism 101. And it was like, well, this is great. You get to ask people questions and find out about them and then write about it. What could be better? So that's how I got into it.
Welcome back into Mornings on Main Street. It is a beautiful day as you take a look at downtown Nashville. That is Broadway and 5th Avenue. Oh, what it's going to be. We got, oh, look. So police hanging out on the corner.
Look at the cone guy. We got a cone guy out today.
I wonder if, at least we've not seen anybody dancing in the middle of the street. Justin, this is the most traffic that we've seen on Broadway in a long time.
Yeah, everybody's running frantic. You know what to do? Vrabel's in trouble. I'm just kidding.
I don't know where everybody's going. They're probably leaving after watching the Titans game last night. I'm not staying in this city. This city's awful.
Exactly. They're scrambling the jets right now.
They really are. All right, we've got a couple of guests in studio this morning, and I'm pleased to be joined by my friends from Alzheimer's, Tennessee, right? Yes. And we've got Dr. David Hutchings there on the left and Cheryl Blanchard, who is a big friend to our Main Street media family here, especially in Murray County, but also across all of Middle Tennessee. So thank you guys for joining us today. Appreciate it. All right. So today, we want to talk a little bit about the Caring and Coping Caregiver Conference that is taking place in October 20th at Franklin First United Methodist Church. This is it's an event from about 8 o'clock to 3:30. But tell us a little bit about what those what folks can expect at the Caring and Coping Caregiver Conference that you guys are hosting.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited. This is our very first Caring and Coping event here for the Middle Tennessee office. So a Caring and Coping event is just really to bring together family caregivers, also professional caregivers who work in care communities. But we just want to encourage them, equip them, give them some education, give them some tools to go back and care for their family members or care for the residents in their communities. Give them some support, encouragement. We're going to give them coffee and breakfast. We're going to provide lunch. And we have an amazing lineup of speakers to educate them that day.
Among those is it Eileen Poyley?
Eileen Poyley is the Director of Education from the Berg Alzheimer's Institute at the University of South Florida. So we're bringing her up from Florida. She's a good friend of Alzheimer's Tennessee and just an amazing speaker. So she'll be joining us as well as this gentleman to my right.
Now, Dr. Hutchings, you are a licensed pathologist with a specialization in neuropathology and dementia. So you work a lot with Alzheimer's patients, I assume.
Yes, sir. So my primary role is initially had a private practice called Alzheimer's Dementia Care here in Columbia, and that merged with Blue Sky House Calls last year.
Okay.
And so basically my role is to not only to evaluate, diagnose, stage, and also set the entire medication regimen for not only Alzheimer's, but the other forms of dementia as well.
So how can what you do be helpful to caregivers that would be coming to something like this?
Well, it's pretty extensive. I mean, caregivers are dealing with, a lot of sundowning issues, behavior, sleep issues, in some cases, hallucinations, visual auditory hallucinations. And to be honest with you, it's a 24/7 job to be a caregiver. And when, typically when patients and caregivers go see their primary care doctors, they don't get a lot of resources from their doctors on how to deal with the disease, what stage are we in, what's coming next, and also what kind of resources are out there like Alzheimer's does.
Gotcha. Well, I just feel like this is an event like, when we talk, Cheryl, all the time, it's the caregivers are just as important as the patient. Absolutely. Because they're having to deal with this, with something that's as foreign to them as the patient is dealing with something that's foreign to them. So this is important for you guys to make sure that you tell those caregivers, hey, we are here for you as much as anybody.
Absolutely. And we say, I have an expression that I say, if you've got an overwhelmed caregiver, you've got a patient in trouble, because they're managing all these medications. They're keeping up with the doctor's appointments. They're dealing with the behaviors and the changes in their loved one. And they're grieving. Honestly, they're grieving a loss every single day of this person. So the Caring and Coping, it recognizes all of that. We just really, again, want to equip them to go better care for their loved ones, but also care for themselves, because Dr. Hutchings and I both can tell you that we see caregivers have health problems and often end up in the hospital and even die before the person they're caring for, just because they're so overwhelmed with the stress and they don't take care of themselves. So that's what this event really is all about.
When we look at Alzheimer's Tennessee and what you guys do from top to bottom, it is an organization really focused on just Tennessee. You're not talking about, this is not a national organization. You guys are focused on Tennessee and Tennesseans. Is this a bigger issue in the state of Tennessee than maybe many people think? Is Alzheimer's
absolutely.
and dementia is something that, obviously we all saw it, it kind of came to the forefront with Pat Summit. That certainly helped raise a lot of awareness in this state. But is it a bigger issue than maybe people realize?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, statistically, we see a diagnosis of Alzheimer's around every 33 seconds. So that's just Alzheimer's. We can talk about Pat Summit. That's just one form of about 85 different forms that are out there. So it is a bigger issue because, number one, we're able to diagnose more types now, and we have better treatments now to really control the symptoms that we have to deal with. As Cheryl said too, we feel like we have two patients all the time. We feel like we have the patient and also we have the caregivers. So the prevalence is just astronomical of how much it's increased. And there's more resources out there, not only for just the medical treatment of the illness itself, but also to take care of the family and the caregiver as well.
And if I can interject on that as well, the health department puts out statistics, and the last statistic I saw were in Murray County. The last one I saw was it's about the 6th leading cause of death here in Murray County.
Wow.
The walk, our walk is going to be held in Franklin. This event is going to be held in Franklin, and in Williamson County, it's about the 3rd leading cause of death. So we talk about a big impact on the state of Tennessee, and that's why we focus on Tennessee and keep everything with a local connection.
Now, across Middle Tennessee, there are a number of ways that people can get your services through Alzheimer's Tennessee, and it's alztennessee.org. It's not just, obviously this event is in Franklin, but you guys do service the entirety of the state, but especially here in Middle Tennessee, Cheryl, you are right. You're everywhere. It feels like.
It does. Well, just in the next month or so, we've got a number of things coming up. Of course, the walk will be in the spring. We've got that going to be at the Murray County Senior Center. So we're hoping to have a great turnout there. That's our biggest fundraiser. Just this week, if you're out on the interstates between Memphis and Bristol, you might see our Alzheimer's Tennessee 500. We do a race across the state. We've got a purple pace car, so you won't miss it. Traveling from Memphis to Bristol, we've partnered with Walmart stores across the state. So I will be tomorrow on the road to Dixon for a morning event there at the Dixon Walmart to raise awareness, especially for our Silver Alert. And then I will hop on the road again and make it down to the Walmart in Murfreesboro. We'll be having a pit stop there. All of those pit stops along the way, we've got music, we've got food trucks. We'll be giving families Silver Alert kits that need them. And it's just going to be a great day. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day too. So,
well, as long as it's not as hot as it is today and tomorrow, you should be okay. But my goodness, we did the weather earlier, and I'm like 96. Who said this was okay?
In September.
I mean, like Thursday's the first day of fall. Can we just, figure this out? No.
Sun hadn't figured that out yet.
No, the South in general just hasn't figured it out. But this event again is October 20th, 2022 at Franklin First United Methodist Church. Tell folks how they can get involved in this.
Absolutely. So you can go on our website. As you said, it's www.alztennessee, spell the whole word out, .org/workshop. So it is $25 for family caregivers because they will get a couple of meals, and we're bringing in some great speakers for them. But if there's a family member that needs to come and can't afford that, we will put them a scholarship. So please let us know. For professionals, it's $45, and social workers will get 6 CEUs. Administrators of communities, facilities will get 6 CEUs approved through the state. So we love giving that out to them. They'll get a certificate at the end of the day that they can take back. As I said, breakfast and lunch is provided, and it's just going to be a full day of education and resources. We'll also have vendors there, our walk sponsors, so they can pick up information from in-home care agencies, assisted living, memory care, home health and hospice. We'll have a lot of folks there to also give them information about resources that are available to help them care for their loved one.
I mean, the resources are so important, and locally specifically, we've talked about how important local resources are, and it's a great way to see all of the available resources to you by coming to something like this. So this is a fantastic event, and I'm looking forward to what you guys are doing. It's always fun to have you guys in studio because it's every time I have you on the show, there's something going on that's helping our community, period. That's what this is all about. We're here to help our community. You guys are here to help the community, and we want to make sure that we can partner and team up together to do this. So thank you guys for what you do. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, let's Justin, let's take a quick break here, because we've got one last segment to get to, and we will say once again thank you to Dave and Cheryl for being here with us from Alzheimer's Tennessee. Again, it's alztennessee.org, spelled out Tennessee. And we will get to the weather one more time on the other side of a break here on Mornings on Main Street. This is Main Street Media TV. Stick with us.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So, whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're going to have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
Jody Jones Dentistry can handle all your dental needs, from the basics to cosmetic procedures. All of this in the nicest dental facility I have ever seen. Jody has done it right. They're located conveniently at 55 Music Square East, and for an appointment, it's simple. Dial 615-259-5100 and tell them Plaz sent you.
I'm Bart Durham.
I was sworn in as a lawyer in 1963, and I've been working as a lawyer since then.
We're a firm that does exclusively personal injury, a lot of tractor-trailer crashes. Insurance companies will open up their checkbooks when you force them to.
We have systems that work.
We get the most money for our clients in the shortest amount of time.
I'm Blair Durham. My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Have you heard about the high levels of radon in Middle Tennessee? Radon gas is the second leading cause of lung cancer, second only to smoking, and has no color, no taste, and no smell. The only way to know if you have radon is to test for it. Duret Radon Mitigation offers testing for small and large-scale residential and commercial properties, plus mitigation services. Visit DuretRadonMitigation.com to request testing or get a free estimate for mitigation. That's DuretRadonMitigation.com.
Downtown Nashville, Broadway and Fifth Avenue. Fourth Avenue, sorry. Fifth Avenue's on the other side. Broadway and Fourth Avenue there. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody's scrambling.
Yeah, it is. It's always fun to see just how many random trucks there are parked on the road, and we've got one up the top left up there, so that's always fun.
We looks like we got a bug on the windshield here. Top right. It looks like it.
Yeah, we got
splatter.
little splotch, but
all,
folks around enjoying the day.
I know it. They're just like, I mean, if it was me, I'd just be aimlessly walking around trying to find an offensive coordinator. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, I need to chill.
Anybody? Have you ever called plays before?
No, literally, my dad last night. It was so funny. He was like, I don't. Yeah, I was like, what would you call here? He was like, I don't know, but I don't have to know.
It's not my job.
Yeah.
It's insane. So I don't know. Do you know Todd Downing's play calling history?
I don't. I'd love to be taken through it.
Okay. Well, it's real short because in 2015, I think he was hired as the Raiders offensive coordinator after being named quarterbacks coach of the year in the National Football League, helping Derek Carr to become a really, really good quarterback. And don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic quarterback coach.
Super efficient.
They went. The Raiders went 12-4 that year. Jack Del Rio, big big deal for them. And the very next year, they went 6-10, and Jack Del Rio got fired along with the entire staff, including Todd Downing. So that's his pedigree.
Yeah. I remember that because I remember that year they went 12-4. That first game, the Raiders went for it on 4th down, or like it was last play, or went for 2 instead of tying the game. And I remember everybody was like really hype on Jack Del Rio for taking that chance. I was like, yeah, I guess.
I mean,
they did well that year.
The offense regressed a lot in that second season, and it appears that that's what, again, we're watching history repeat itself. And I tweeted it last night. I said, look, if Mike Vrabel doesn't realize sooner than later that Todd Downing is not a viable offensive coordinator and play caller, he's going to end up like Jack Del Rio. And Teresa Walker, who I love dearly and has covered the Titans for a long time, said Mike Vrabel was coach of the year last year. I don't care. You can't go from number 1 seed to 6-11 and keep your job.
Exactly. No coasting here. And that's the thing. It's like this, and it's not a facade. I'm not going to get too dramatic here, but just the fact that, kind of the whole premise of what we built I'm talking about an organization, what the culture is built on at the Titans is sort of like, hey, we are going to do what's best to win here. Like, we want to win. Like, we'll do whatever we got to do. And it showed last year with all those injuries and playing through them and everything. But so this is kind of a weird hang up. You don't really expect, or I didn't expect this sort of like reaction from, like, you expect Vrabel to be like, he's gone if it help us win. I remember one time they were saying to him in a post-game interview when he played the Jaguars, they were saying to him that they thought, the Twitter sphere thought that he was going to go punch Urban Meyer, and Vrabel goes, if I thought that hitting the other coach would help us win, I'd be in a lot of fights.
There you go. he does want to win, and I give him that. So hopefully he can figure it out, man. Hopefully he can figure it out. Let's take one last look at the weather here, brought to you by our friends at Roy Meat Service, located at 605 South 19th Street in Nashville, Tennessee. Give them a call, 615-227-2583. Today's weather is sunny all day long, 96 degrees this afternoon, 69 this evening is the low, 63% humidity with a UV index of 7 out of 10. It's not going to rain today. No need for a raincoat or umbrella. You're good to go. So
that's fantastic. What a graphic, everybody. Look at this graphic. It's made by Chris Yao. It's a Chris Yao original. I want you to know.
There you go. There you go. Finally, Justin.
Yes.
Today is National Pepperoni.
Oh, no, we lost Chris. National Pepperoni Day. Let's see. Nope, he's back. You're good, man.
I got a new mouse, and on the side it has the back button.
Right. Yes, dude. I'm not going to lie.
Every time. I hate this.
I didn't expect to feel so helpless when you dropped out. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as you were gone, I was like, "Oh." So that didn't go.
What happened? It is in fact National Pepperoni Pizza Day. Sorry,
you got it. No, you got it. Okay.
And that pizza looks okay.
Yeah, it's too thick.
I don't mind the crust being too thick, but it's just I'm just not a pepperoni pizza fan. Now it's all Sarah eats, but I want everything.
You don't like puppies either, or like just having a good time.
I like pepperoni. Like I love pepperoni, and I will eat pepperoni like by itself, and I love them on a Subway sandwich. I just don't want my pizza to only have pepperoni on it.
Oh, I gotcha. See, I'm like, I need to broaden my horizons in the other side of that because I never get any veggies or anything, man. It's like all pepperoni.
Give me pepperoni, sausage, hamburger, bacon. Give me all of it you can give me.
Exactly.
Now, if I only have 3 toppings, like sometimes you go to a lunch spot that only has 3 toppings, you get that's the lunch special. I'll get pepperoni, mushrooms, and banana pepper. I don't know why. Gotcha. It's delicious.
I love banana peppers. I was introduced to those at Subway.
Big fan of banana peppers. I put banana peppers on a lot of different things. I will tell you,
it's like better pickles.
let me tell you what you. I don't know how often you eat pot roast, but if you
Every time I can.
there is a restaurant in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee. They do basically a pot roast they put like provolone cheese on it, melt the provolone cheese on top of the pot roast on a sandwich.
Already sounds amazing.
With banana peppers and like this spicy mayonnaise mustard. Like, I don't know.
Dijon.
It's just like it's a spicy like sauce of some sort. And it is insane.
Right.
So
sounds good.
I obviously don't know what sauce it is, so I just use pepper jack cheese when I make it at home.
Right.
Give me that spice with the pot roast and banana peppers, and it is phenomenal.
Man, I swear. So I always go with the sauce that's like orange, reddish, like the Chipotle.
Yeah. It's like a like at Subway. Yeah.
Yeah, just anything that color, I'm in for it.
So you got to be careful with orangish sauces, because you can get everything from Zach's sauce, like, chicken place sauce, or you can get the Chipotle mayonnaise or Chipotle ranch, which is my favorite. Chipotle ranch is delicious.
You haven't listed anything that's not gas.
Or you'll get Yum Yum.
Oh yeah, see, that's also
which
really
would
good.
be random.
Different flavors, definitely would.
You gotta know what you're getting.
Yes, that's true. Now I dipped into what I thought was ranch dip, and it was cucumber dip the other night, last night, and I was thrown through a loop.
You got to be careful, man.
Oh, it was scary.
Know what you're getting. It is National Fried Rice Day, though, so that's fried rice at a hibachi place when you're sitting around and they're.
Why does it taste so different there?
It's always better,
dude. It's weird. It's like when they cook it in front of you. I mean, I don't know. Saying it out loud makes sense. They cook it fresh, I guess, but God, it's so much better when you're there.
It really is. It's my favorite.
Crazy.
So, there you have it. That's it for.
Look at us back in the saddle.
Back in the saddle, killing it.
Yeah.
Looking
my
forward
ad reads were on point today.
Yeah, they were so good.
Golly, I'm sorry, 54.
54. We will get you. I promise. Going forward.
Love y'all. They're great people. They're fantastic people, and they know they're my friends. So we're good.
More news tomorrow. We'll have plenty of top stories and everything else, and we'll have a big birthday party.
Yeah, the boy. yes.
Birthday party tomorrow for Chris.
I'm putting myself an alarm at midnight, and I'm calling you on some high school stuff. Bro, I'm not doing that.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us here on Mornings on Main Street. This has been a fantastic Tuesday. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Don't forget, right after this, Devin O'Day, Main Street Today, 2 o'clock, Main Street Sports Day with me and Mo Patton, and 4 o'clock, it is George and Billy and Watson on the George Plaster Show. Thank you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
See y'all. Go Titans.